Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Thursday, that's right. Funny. Welcome to the time cave. Out here we burn things. Tobacco and lanterns. Sometimes myself. Just kidding. Anyway, what have you guys been up to? You have a nice week so far? Nice weekend? You know, it's going back a ways, but hey, the weekend was not that long ago. It was a good one for me. Yeah, I got to go see some old friends. That's right. I got to see 3751. Now, if you don't know what that is a steam locomotive that was restored back in the 80s into 91, owned by the San Bernardino Railroad Historical Society, owned and operated by that museum. And it's actually a pretty big fundraising, charitable thing now. And all the proceeds go to the museum staff and maintaining their steam engine. And that's a big Baldwin 484 Northern that was built in 27. And she was retired in 53, stricken from the roster in 58, and then stuffed and mounted in the park near the museum. And then the museum says, we should have a running engine. Let's restore it. So they did. And it's a beautiful working example of a fine Baldwin 484 Northern. And it's definitely a very special engine in my world. I have some fun stories about that I'll share in another video. And but anyways, we're not going to talk about trains too much, even though I am wearing a cap. But I did want to support the engine and the museum a little bit, so I bought a little button here. You can see that there. Yeah, see, that's a replica of the build plate off of the smoke box. So I thought, you know what, that's kind of neat. You buy a few buttons, maybe a t-shirt. It helps out. Every little bit helps, and it all builds up, Yeah. So I thought I'd put that on there because 3751 as well. She's a great engine. It's our only 484 Northern restored operating steam engine in the state of California, to my understanding. I know we have others. There's a couple of Pacifics and some other smaller classes that do operate out of Niles Canyon and some other, privately ran railroads. I know Old Sierra number 3 is here in the state, up in Gold Country. Now, if you don't know Sierra number 3, well, all you have to do is watch an episode of Petticoat Junction or Little House on the Prairie, or even the third Back to the Future film, because the locomotive in that movie, the train. You need more coffee, sir. You need more coffee. Anyways, so the scenes of that locomotive that was in that movie, Back to the Future Part 3, that was Sierra number 3. And that engine has got a long history of being in film and television since the 1950s. So it's pretty cool. And that's here in the Golden State, up in Gold Country. So my neighbor's kids are out playing in the yard. Anyways, so that's fun. It's really cool. And I'm yet to get up there and see that engine, because that engine is definitely very special to me, because I grew up seeing it on TV. So, and that was definitely one of those engines that, inspired me as a kid to enjoy railroad history. Yeah. Now, railroad buffs get a lot of flack, you know that? Yeah. Got a lot of respect for those who appreciate the equipment and the power that a steam engine truly possesses. Yeah, when you think of railroad buff, you think of some grown man sitting in the middle of a circle track watching a train go around, right? And he's like, it's not that. It's a little more complicated than that. There's some serious modelers out there that create some beautiful dioramas, and they spend a lot of money doing it. It's not a cheap hobby, let me tell you. That's why I kind of cashed out. I still have a few HO things from my childhood that I keep mainly for nostalgia. But, I like a lot of other things, and I have a lot of different irons and different fires. And, even though I'm an adult now, I I still enjoy seeing a fully restored steam engine operate at speed, or even sitting idling under pressure. It's really cool to see that and hear that whistle. It's great. So what I'm going to do is, I had an opportunity of taking some photos of it last Sunday night on the turntable at Redondo, and I will be posting some photos of those and making a video just about 3751 and talking a little bit more about it. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll just do a video focused on 3751. I think you guys will get a kick out of that. I know I'll enjoy it. I'll share a few photos and a few videos that I took. So stay tuned for that. Yeah. So that's why I'm wearing the cap with the build plate on there. Just as a, little trinket from the weekend. That's right. We have to share today. Well, we're burning the old SG&L Crystal. That's a great lantern. It really is. It's fun. I think it needs to be cleaned a bit. It's kind of grimy, and she's not burning as well as she had in the past, but it's been a while since I burned her, so she needs a little maintenance. She does. The kerosene is the last of the Mohicans. No, not the last of the kerosene, but the last of the Merit oil reserves. Yeah, that kerosene's been in there since I was able to score kerosene at Merit Oil out in Bloomington. And that was cheap. That was $4.95 a gallon, and I could fill up a 5-gallon can that I had. I got rid of the 5-gallon can. I don't need that much anymore because I'm not filling it all the way up. It's too expensive. Now a gallon now you have to get at Walmart. It's like $12 a gallon now. Yeah. But shout out to Steve Young, friend and subscriber. He used to go up there all the time and fill up his cans for a good price, and he would fill up a can while he was out there, and of course I paid him for it. And those were some good times, right? Yeah, good times. I miss those times. That was good fuel, But hey, this is the last of it, and I like the way it looks because it was colored. They gave it a subtle little coloring there, so it looks really old and amber. So I haven't burned it much because I kind of like the way that looks. Anyway, I have plenty of clear, brand new kerosene, and I'll change the wick out and put fresh kerosene in there at some point in time. But for right now, this lives out here, and it's a fun one to burn ever so often. Haven't burned it in quite some time. So what do we have today? Well, if you looked at the thumbnail, you know that I have something new and exciting to share. But that also means that one came in and one has to go. That's right. But without going into that further, I'll share with what I got. Yeah, check that out. I know my table's uneven, so they like to rock. It's not the lantern, it's the table. It's pretty warped. Anyway, this is a unique piece. This is a Winfield CYCLONE No.2 Cold Blast. That's right. It is a CYCLONE No.2 Cold Blast. Someone painted it silver a long time ago. That's old silver paint. Now, you might be thinking, well, Rob, are you going to leave it like that? You kind of do sometimes, You kind of like the old paint, right? Well, most cases I do. Most cases I do. But I think I'll make an exception in this one. Yeah, it's already flaking off at the bottom, and it's revealing some, age under there. So I just might strip it. And I know this is an older paint, so I'm going to have to get the correct gloves and another can of oven cleaner and start working on it. So that won't happen for a bit. I have a busy schedule, and this thing will not be, changed or fixed anytime real soon. But it's a cool piece. Everything works on it. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Has a outer side look, so it's early 1900s. The wick goes up and down just fine. Fuel cap nice and loose. burner's free. It's not stuck in there. Now, you might be asking, well, it goes up and down, but it has guide wires. You see, it's got guide wires like a hot blast. Yeah. How do you get the globe out? Well, it has a funny, interesting kind of telescoping sleeve. You see that? See how it's got a double chimney sleeve thing going on? Well, you want to pull out the globe, excuse me, you have to lift up on this tab here. Yeah. And you just do it like that. Just like that. And there's the wire assembly in there. Right. You see that up in there? I know. It's kind of hard, but yeah. Kind of cool. But yeah, I got this from I'm trying to look myself here. It's interesting. It is. It's different for sure. But I got this from friend and Tubular Lantern subscriber Russell Smith. That's right. Oh, Russell. He had a duplicate, and he found out that I was interested in having one of these. I've wanted one of these for a while now. There's other ones that have copper founts, and they're fancy, and they're beautiful lanterns. Winfield made a handsome piece, really. But you know what? I have other copper fount lanterns. I don't need to have every version of Cold Blast as a copper or brass fount. No. Actually, I feel safer having one that's got the old tin steel fount. Even though they're more prone to rusting, they don't dent as easy. No. So I like both. I do appreciate both. So Russell actually gave me a real fair price on this, and it's here now. It got here yesterday afternoon. So it's fresh out of the box, but it'll be some time. I know it does work. He showed me photos of it burning, so I could burn it just as is, and I might fuel it and burn it just the way it is, and hang out on the porch for a little bit until I, get the proper stuff to remove the paint. And I think it might be quite lovely under there. It might be just what I want. It might be exactly what I want. So removing this paint will be fun, even though it's pretty old silver paint, probably applied in sometime in the 20s or 30s. I think it needs to go. Yeah, it does. It's not as intact as maybe I would like, and I'm also not a fan of silver. I know, it's such a catch-22 with me sometimes. Some I like to leave alone. Some I actually do leave alone completely, but others needs a little attention. Nothing too drastic, mind you, but yeah, I think this one would benefit from a good strip, and it'll hopefully end up looking like my Herwood Aladdin Cold Blast that you've all seen. It's been in several videos lately, and that is a very special lantern. I love that piece. I burned it last night. I think that one came out exceptional. It has just the right look to it. It's not over cleaned. It's not overly rusty. It's just right. I'm very happy with the way that came out. And so with that being said, we'll put this on the deck for our next project. Yeah. But, it has a nice Cold Blast globe in it. It's been there for a long time. Signs of rust. See? So it's been in there for a while. Nice wavy glass. It's pretty. I like it. So, we'll put that back in there. We'll put that back in there. There it is. Beauty. Very nice. Winfield CYCLONE. Pretty cool. I like this. Says CYCLONE on it. It's kind of cool, huh? Yeah. It is. And there's the bottom. There's no paint on the bottom. See two little damp spots. He said it didn't leak, but there was it sweated a little bit, so I might use some tank sealer. Yeah, why not, right? So if I take a little paint off and go through that length, might as well put a little tank sealer in there, just make it, leak proof completely. But I like it. I like it a lot. So there we go. And that went out. I don't think it packed it very well. But anyway, enough of that. Is there going to be an end to your obsession with lanterns, Rob? Are you ever going to get tired of buying these silly things, sharing them on the internet? I don't know, maybe. Everything has a season. Everything has its expiration dates. But for now, I am still sharing tubulars, and among other things. And I know I talk a big game. I talk about doing some other things. But until I get the impression or the inspiration to really change gears, we'll just keep on doing this. There's a few things on their way. There's more. That's right. As long as the deals are happening, I'll have something to share. But every time something comes in, something has to go out. So for those who are on the Tubular Lantern group, or that know me personally, keep your eyes peeled. There will be some items offered, and I currently do have a big Prisco No.2 offered on the Tubular Lantern group for, I think, a fair price for the condition, and it's ready to go, and it's including a shipping price. So go there and check that out. It's a Prisco No.2 Cold Blast. It's got some character, but it's straight and it burns great. So check that out. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys within a week's time. But I will probably be making that video about the steam engine Santa Fe 3751 over the weekend. Hopefully I'll have it up by Sunday and have a little bonus feature. Okay? Sounds good. Till then, this train's pulling out of the station, and we'll see you again sooner than later. Take care now. Bye-bye.